Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to look at a simple YAML file. Now, this simple YAML file is going to be used as a manifest to create an HTTP or Nginx container. So here, the Nginx container is the hero, or the Nginx version of the latest version of Nginx is going to be the hero of this particular YAML file. So when I execute this YAML file using kube control apply fnf and this file name, we will gonna see each and every parameter what actually it's going to run. First is the API version. The specific it specifies the version of Kubernetes API to use. So in this situation, we are using version 1, and then it talks about kind. It specifies the type of Kubernetes resource which is being used right now. Do remember that there are multiple types of Kubernetes resources. As of now, this is one of the resources which we are seeing at this moment. But later point of time, we will be also exploring other kind of resources in Kubernetes. The next one is about metadata. Metadata is nothing but data about data is called metadata. Now, what normally a metadata would have, what normally a metadata would have is the information about this particular pod. So those information will be kept in metadata. So you can see that one of the important information about this pod is the name of the pod. So normally we have given the name of the pod when we execute it in command line. We've given just like that. So we say like kube control run and then the name of the pod. Right? So this is very simple way of explaining the name of the pod. But when you are giving it in the YAML file structure, you need to make sure that you follow the file structure, or else you will get some exception if you don't give correct space as well. So do remember this. So in terms of specifications, now specification is where you're gonna detailedly specify the container and container related information. Like for example, the specification here is the container in this example, and here you are giving -name. So here what you're giving is that you're saying that this is the name of my container. If you have multiple containers, the name of the container is going to be very useful for you, because when you're trying to choose and log into that particular server, you may have to work with the combination of the name of your pod with the name of the container. If you don't know the name of the container, and if you have only one container, you don't have to remember the name of it. But if you have multiple containers under a pod, you need to make sure that you remember the name of the container which you wanna interact with. So that's something which you should remember. So the specification contains what is actually included in terms of containers in your pod. The container specifies the list of containers to run on a pod. In case like if there is only one container, you don't have to worry about that. But if you have multiple containers, as I told you, we need to think about the name of the container, or you need to refer the same file, or you need to run the description of your pod name, and then from there you can collect the name of the container. Now here it specifies the name of the container and what Docker image you want to use. Here it is using Nginx latest, and then the port number is specifically for specifying the port number details. Now there must be two port numbers here. One is the container port number and host port number. We will see host port number in a different video altogether. But container port number talks about what in the container it should be running with port number. So this talks about within the container what port number it should run with. So if, for example, if I'm configuring two containers inside one pod, then I cannot actually give both the containers having the same port number, because it's going to use the same network. So there will be a port conflict if your both containers are using the same port number. So that is also something you should remember before you give it. The other one is a host port number. We will talk separately on a different video. So this is just an explanation video on what we're going to execute on the next video. I'll see you on the next one.